Dodson, a federal agent, says what he was asked to do was beyond belief.
You were intentionally letting guns go to Mexico.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, the agency was.
An alcohol, tobacco, and firearms senior agent assigned to this Phoenix office since 2010, Dodson's job is to stop gun trafficking across the border. Instead, he says he was ordered to sit by and watch it happen. Investigators call the tactic letting guns walk, in this case, into the hands of criminals who would use them in Mexico and the U.S. Dodson's bosses say that never happened. Now he's risking his job to go public.
I'm boots on the ground here in Phoenix and telling you we've been doing it every day since I've been here. Here I am. Tell me I didn't do the things that I did. Tell me you didn't order me to do the things that I did. Tell me it didn't happen. Now you have a name on it, you have a face to put with it. Here I am. Someone now. Tell me it didn't happen.
Agent Dodson and other insiders say the gun-walking strategy was approved all the way to the Justice Department. The idea was to see where the guns ended up, build a big case, and take down a major cartel. And it was all kept secret from Mexico.
ATF named the case Fast and Furious.
He's got a bunch of cases.
This surveillance video obtained by CBS News shows suspected drug cartel suppliers carrying boxes of weapons to their cars at a Phoenix gun shop. Those long boxes being loaded into the red car are AK-47 type assault rifles.
He's out again, carrying another, appears to be 5 boxes of hard-case Pelican that would hold a pistol.
So it turns out ATF not only allowed the guns to walk, they videotaped it. Documents show the inevitable result. The guns ATF let go began showing up at crime scenes in Mexico. And as ATF stood by, watching thousands of weapons hit the street, the Fast and Furious Group supervisor noted the escalating Mexican violence. 958 killed in March 2010, the most violent month since 2005. The same email notes, our subjects purchased 359 firearms during March alone, including numerous Barrett 50 caliber rifles.
Did you feel that ATF was partly perhaps to blame for the escalating violence in Mexico and on the border?
Yes, ma'am. I even asked them if they could see the correlation between the two. The more that our guys buy, the more violence that we're having down there.
Senior agents, including Dodson, told us they confronted their supervisors over and over.
And what was the answer? What did they say?
If you're going to make an omelet, you got to scramble some eggs.
There was so much opposition to the gun walking that an ATF supervisor issued this email noting a schism among the agents. Whether you care or not, people of rank and authority at headquarters are paying close attention to this case. We are doing what they envisioned. If you don't think this is fun, you're in the wrong line of work. Maybe the Maricopa County Jail is hiring detention officers, and you can get $30,000 to serve lunch to inmates.
We just knew it wasn't going to end well. There's no way it could.
Then, on December 14, 2010, Border Patrol agent Brian Terry was gunned down. Dodson got the bad news from a colleague.
And they said, did you hear about the Border Patrol agent? And I said, yeah. And I said, well, it was one of Fast and Furious guns. And there's really not much you can say after that.
2 assault rifles ATF had let walk nearly a year before, similar to these, were found at Terry's murder.
I felt guilty. I mean, it's crushing. I don't know how to explain it. I mean,
Dodson and a dozen other ATF sources have all told the same story to Senator Grassley, who's investigating.
You've tried to get some answers from ATF. What's been the response?
The response has been practically zilch. From the standpoint that documents we want, we have not gotten them. And I think it's a case of stonewalling.
Dodson says he hopes that speaking out helps the family of Border Patrol agent Brian Terry. They haven't been told much of anything about his murder or where the bullet came from.
First of all, I would tell him that I'm sorry. Second of all, I would tell him that I've done everything that I can for them to get the truth. After this, I don't know what else I can do, but I hope they get it.
Dodson says they never did take down a drug cartel. However, he says thousands of fast and furious weapons are still out there and will be claiming victims on both sides of the border for years to come. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, Washington.
He's more toxic than you realize. I can tell you, as I asked him, how much of this file did you release? So basically the underlying case file. I said, okay, who'd you release it to? Patrick Leahy. Okay, wasn't just Grassley, it was Leahy, all right? Leahy, as we both know, has adjourned this inquiry right now, okay, with no plans to reconvene it. So your people were successful on that end, obviously, okay, that's good. However, these other idiots from...
I saw that. The house?
Yeah, and that, I don't know. What is troublesome with this, I expected Darrell Ice's signature to be on this, and it wasn't. He's your biggest thorn. He hates Holder.
Yeah. Who is he out of?
Darrell Ice? California.
California.
Lamar Smith, you know, is out of Texas. Now, I don't know. Holder has to respond to this tomorrow.
Yeah, he's going to respond.
I know he is. And I can assure you the media isn't going to like his response because basically it's going to mirror what he's told Grassley.
Yeah.
He can't deviate.
Well, I've seen a copy at least of what our U.S. attorney here has sent up. Whether or not he is the to actually use it, I doubt it. But I mean, it's pretty aggressive. The way I see it, our local U.S. attorney is extremely aggressive. When it gets to D.C.
Who, Emory?
No, the U.S. attorney.
Burke? Yeah, he used to work under Clinton. Are you talking about Burke?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well.
But the problem is once it gets to D.C., it just gets, it's just a black hole.
Discombobulated. That's a good term for it. Yeah, I get that. Let me tell you, you got more people out there now talking about this fucking thing than anything I've ever seen. People are not shutting the hell up. And that goes from DHS to fucking FBI to everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing it hypothetically on every fringe.
Yeah.
Through third parties that I can assure you, they're all just like, what the hell? Are they nuts?
But you have got to put the word out there through all departments. Fucking FBI, shut the fuck up.
The FBI's got their own problems, trust me.
I know, I hear.
They've got their own problems.
Hypothetically.
If anybody's going to get sued, it's going to be the FBI. In my opinion.
What is it with the FBI? They just have for you guys? What?
Like I said, the FBI's got their own problems. If they're focusing on our problems, they probably should turn it inward because they got some of their own problems right now.
I ain't no lie.
So.
What's Holder's office got to say about this?
Well, like I said, they're supposed to be coming out with a little more statement than they have in the past. So we'll see.
God, they're skirting.
I mean, at some point they're going to have to say, Grassley, you're just going to have to see your ass down. I mean, they're going to either that or they're going to have to have a hearing. I mean, like I said, my understanding is he can't call a hearing. He's got to. Somebody from the majority party has to call a congressional hearing. And as of right now,
Patrick Leahy is an asshole. You know that. He gets a hold of something. He's like a dog with a bone.
So, well, I don't. Yeah, as of right now, we don't have any information that that's occurred. So.
No, not now, but.
And I know there was a presentation given to the Judiciary Committee, and everybody aside from Grassley is satisfied. So at least at this point.
So they say.
Yeah.
I don't trust him one day.
No, but I mean that's all. That's all I've got. That's all.
Do your people have any confidence that you can forestall this subpoena, or is it still up in the air?
No, my understanding is the only people that can request a congressional hearing have to be in the majority party. Grassley's a Republican.
I know.
And as of right now,
in
we
the
don't.
Senate, right?
Yeah, as of right now, we don't have any interest from anybody in the majority party to the extent that he's shown interest. So, even if he wanted to at this point, unless he gets somebody from the majority party to jump on board, he can't. So
Not on his own, but you know, Leahy and the rest of them, I mean, these people are snakes. They'll do anything they can.
And my understanding also is that the Attorney General's office is supposed to come out with a little bit stronger
I understand
position.
that.
So, which may or may not, help.
I'll tell you what, I'll give him that. He's got balls making that statement. I don't want to even go there. Oh, something else happened.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not stupid, Hope. They connect the dots.
No, and that's all that's fine. But if Senator Grassley wants to come in and tell us and show us how to work these cases more efficiently, more effectively, by all
Don't
means.
think Grassley. Think Leahy.
Him too. I welcome him to come down and work.
He's an arrogant
So is Grassley, though.
Chuck probably, and I don't know a thing about him other than from somebody else I've heard. He seems to be just somebody who's hitching his wagon to any star for his own aggrandizement.
he's
We know
already-
that.
yeah.
He's an arrogant
Yeah.
individual, and look, he's a United States Senator. There it is right there.
That's kind of what was my suggestion, but nobody thought that was funny. Like, hire a PI and put him on Grassley. I'm sure this will all go away. Actually, my one suggestion was just tell him I'm a registered Republican. I'm sure if you knew that, everything would be fine. And they didn't like that either. So.
No, you
All
gotta
right.
you watch your back. I don't trust these people around you one bit. You've
I
been
don't
very
see
lucky
anything
so far. Very lucky.
You know what? Again, I'll be more than happy to talk. I mean, they won't let me, but to talk to anybody about decisions we made.
No, Hope, stay off the screen. You don't need this. This is your husband. Look,
Well,
you guys
maybe I
have
have
a life, man.
I have a file, and it's it's all public stuff. I don't care.
Well, don't even convey it in that way. I'm sure you do. Hopefully that this thing will subside at least. I
I
don't know.
keep saying that, but it doesn't.
I know.